Welcome back everyone to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about the magic behind the stock market. My new stock buy, Walgreens, just had its best day since 1980 after Q1 double beats. WBA stock is stealing the spotlight today as shares surge almost like a vertical line following better than expected earnings. No, seriously, it's not really good numbers, to be honest. It reminds me of the Honest Company stock under Nick at 2022 bottom. That was a beautiful turnaround story. So will this be. Why did the stock go vertical while the stock market was crashing? Is the WBA stock finally turning around for better days ahead? I will deep dive into WBA stock to explain 3 reasons for a satisfying turnaround play.
It's a turnaround story. It's Walgreens Boots Alliance. This drugstore chain has been one of the worst long-term performers out there, just very poorly run compared to its only big competitor, CVS. On the top of that, the whole drugstore industry has been plagued by theft. People love to shoplift the pricier items and then unload them on Amazon. They fence it. I think theft is a major issue, talked about in hush-hush terms. It's costing these companies tens of billions of dollars.
How Walgreens could recover and fill the hole left by grand theft. Right after this important message. Audacious Money Witch is on a mission to help you find freedom in life through the magic of the stock market. Thank you for liking and subscribing at Audacious Witch. Thank you to all of my club members. I really appreciate it.
Reason number 1, sentiment. After I posted buy Walgreens stocks and don't stop video, I got a lot of clues from the people who commented. There are a lot of people saying negative things about promising WBA stock. I don't know if they are short seller or not, but they do sound like short sellers. There's not one comment on that video showing any sign of bullish sentiment.
I'm going to have to guess, and this is a standalone company in 5 years, WBA is probably anywhere from $75 a share to $125 a share, somewhere in there in 5 years from now. So yeah, WBA, I think it's an easy money stock, and that's why I put 7 figures in the stock.
In regards to Walgreens, the major competitive threat is Amazon. Walgreens always had a million competitors, obviously other pharmacy chains, CVS, Walmart, Kroger, all those guys undercut price. That's always been there. But it's seen as Amazon. Now, the interesting thing with Amazon is they could potentially beat Walgreens at convenience. What if Amazon can beat Walgreens at convenience and price? Oh boy, now we're talking.
Amazon marketplace site called the online makeup store that was selling the stolen goods year after year.
Include Target, Foot Locker, Walgreens, and Ulta.
Did it ever occur to you that buying a product off of Amazon, you could be buying a product that was stolen?
No, never.
As for Michelle Mack, California Attorney General Rob Bonta announced she and her husband Kenneth are facing charges of conspiracy, grand theft, and receipt of stolen property.
It was a third-party marketplace seller where Amazon never touched the product, so they didn't hold it for distribution, they didn't ship it out. Right. So this third-party marketplace seller was paying Amazon commission, a percent of sale, in order just to host that site.
Right, you don't get to be on there if you're not paying them
exactly.
something.
So Amazon did make money from the commission. Now, they never touched the product, but they did make money.
You're profiting from it, because if you weren't, you wouldn't allow these people to be on there.
And exactly.
What is the biggest platform, though, for stolen merchandise? We keep saying Amazon, but I actually think that what you may really be talking about is eBay.
Yeah. So eBay has been a problem over the years. Facebook Marketplace has been a problem.
Yeah. To still get 2.5 years and just they do an absolute crap job. I will say it was pretty big disappointment.
Towards Walgreens stock. So basically, no bull in sight.
Vegas pro gambler said it would be great if you had technical analysis to back up what you're saying. I did have technical analysis. If you have just watched it till the end of the video, all of these people could have made fast money at least 25% if they would just watch it till the end. Have a little more patience and attention span. I am not talking about my loyal viewers of the channel. I know you guys are very intelligent and sophisticated people. Anyways, sentiment is still at all-time low on WBA stock, even though it had a clear double bottom pattern across 3-month span. This shows there is no more money to be made on the short side, and thus shorts are getting squeezed. Reason number 2, valuation. Let me tell you what you are getting for today's price of a Walgreens share. You are getting the same price as people who bought it in 1997 valuation. Incredible risk versus reward for one of the largest American drug dealer chains. A blue chip stock that is within the S&P 500 and it's traded on the NASDAQ. Walgreens revenue is off the chart. Higher than the Tesla my Esla. Higher than $3.3 trillion AI chip king NVIDIA. Yet the market cap is cheaper than Roku or half of Snapchat. With the Stella CEO, Mr. Wentworth, who is excellent at turning around healthcare related companies.
And I have tremendous faith in CEO Tim Wentworth. I don't think he's sitting idly. I think he's working on a change, and he might even have buyers lined up for some parts of the company, and maybe not all. I would not bet against this man. But Wentworth is an operator, and he sold Express Scripts for a huge amount of money. He did not need to come back to work. He's doing it at his own leisure. He's brilliant. This is exactly what you have to do. You have to do a total reset, and he's doing it. Big thinker, and he basically is going to say, we are going to win, and it starts today. He is a no-nonsense guy that can really generate tremendous returns, not yet, from the healthcare side. That's where he's from. But if you close the underperforming stores, get rid of the stores that have bad shrinkage, and you up the healthcare, you will have a stock that is dirt cheap. But this guy's the real deal. And I just salute him and think he can take you to a higher price. And the stock should be bought, perhaps aggressively.
Such a big, deep value play with massive parabolic leap upside. Valuation matters in the long run. Who wouldn't want 10% dividend yield while the bond yield is only at 5%? Who wouldn't want an S&P stock with a PE of 6 when the entire S&P 500 has a PE of 27?
This strong performance has traders buzzing about a potential breakout. Walgreens has hit resistance at 11 in recent months, but could buyer finally overpower short sellers and push it higher? If resistance break, a new uptrend could be on the horizon. After Friday, the stock actually closed above 1150, meaning we are forming a new uptrend.
Can this uptrend be sustained? Let's look at the earnings report. In Q1, Walgreens beat investor expectations on 2 important fronts: earnings per share and revenue. Total sales of $39.5 billion are growing 7.5% year on year, and all 3 segments delivered nice results, while Walgreens EPS and revenue were both lower than the year-ago quarter. The value of the company was twice the size of today, so the stock popped.
Rafael and Sean Martez have been getting their prescriptions filled at this Walgreens for at least a year. They believe shoplifting played a role in the store's closure.
Reason number 3, CEO and his strategies. We are progressing a number of elements of our retail strategy, he said. While we are seeing early green shoots, we still have substantial work to do here. We've started the fiscal year by making progress against our financial and strategic priorities, despite the challenging backdrop for our consumers. Walgreens CEO Tim Wentworth said, importantly, we started to progress on the opportunities that we consider essential to our longer-term turnaround, he said, adding that the cornerstone of that effort is stabilizing its U.S. retail pharmacy business. Walgreens is in the process of implementing a $1 billion per year cost-cutting initiative aimed at improving profitability.
If they close 1,200 underperforming stores over the next 3 years that lose money, all they keep are the ones that make money. Then we'll be back on track. Walgreens said it's still on track to close more than 500 locations during its fiscal 2025, a move expected to result in a roughly $100 million benefit to adjusted operating income.
CEO Tim Wentworth says that he closed 67 stores during Q1 and will significantly ramp the pace of its store closures in the remainder of the year. Our initial wave of store closures has performed better than expected on multiple facets, including script retention and employee engagement. He adds these early results give the company a high degree of confidence that closures will continue to benefit long-term operations moving forward. International and U.S. healthcare both started the year on a strong footing, delivering double-digit gains. Boots continues to be a strong performer, both in retail and online sales. And Village MD and Shields Health Solutions display solid growth with segment margins gaining traction.
For now, the Walgreens future seems to hinge slightly on deal making. The Wall Street Journal has said last month that Walgreens was in talk to sell itself to a private equity firm. But personally, I focus on the long term. My target is at $20 fair value. I believe patient long-term investors can realize the significant upside to my target. While you collecting juicy dividends, this is a type of deep value play I enjoy playing as a player in the stock market.
Speaking of the broad stock market, I have bad news. More bears in the market now than bulls. Also, I see a head and shoulders pattern. It could be bad for bulls. Not only because it is a bearish pattern, but also because of the economic uncertainty that we are facing. The labor market data came in much hotter than expected, around 75% higher than analysts predicted, sending the markets into a tailspin. This is because as the labor market stays strong, inflation will likely continue to persist, causing the Fed to keep rates higher and putting pressure on the economy, decreasing earnings results and causing equities to sell off. The market is forward-looking and projects this into the future and sells off equities, but that didn't affect Walgreens stock because the value is deep.